Hi, my name is Alfred Parker, and I'm a master's student in sports administration at Southern Nazarene University. And I'm doing a case study on ethics of sports and athletics. So, coming from my book, An Ethics in Sports Athletics, on page 127, we have a case study on fisticuffs among parents. Now, a quick summary of this case study before we get into how we will solve this conflict. A massive brawl broke out at a Saturday morning youth recreational basketball game for third and fourth graders at their youth league. This fight began because a father who was upset because an opposing player was what he thought playing dirty against his son. So he proceeded then to go on the court and attack this opposing player. So he walks on the court and says, "Hey, how do you like that?" And proceeds to push the player onto the ground. Yes, push his third and fourth grader onto the ground. So you can only think what how this made the opposing player's father feel. So he then runs onto the court and instantly a brawl ensues. So there is a brawl after the confrontation happens, and then it's a brawl that lasts for over 20 minutes long. So one father gets into it with another father, and they go at it, and then the stands clear. Now both teams' parents are fighting. Both team parents are fighting. They're getting into it. People are trying to break it up. But like I said, it goes on and on for over 20 minutes. And altogether, it involved over 70 people. Over 70 people were involved in this crazy melee at a third and fourth grade recreational basketball game. So eventually, the police got called. So the police were called. They came. They arrived about 10 minutes later, and there were actually 17 arrests that were made. 17 people were arrested, but the damage had already been done. So you had parents and kids that were injured in this melee. The first time, though, that anything like this had ever happened at this particular rec league, league directors now, and along with law enforcement and other parents, now have tough decisions to be made. So again, a parent ran onto a court, pushed down a opposing player because of dirty play. A melee broke out, and eventually 17 parents were arrested. So, what do we do from here? Where do we go from here? That is what we're talking about today. Where do we go from this carnage that happened at this rec league? First, the common sense approach to this problem or to this conflict. First off, more security. Simply put, more security. Um, I'm a basketball coach myself, so I understand how tempers flare at these games. I recently went to a fifth and sixth grade pals game, and the parents were, how do you say, going a little crazy because of they felt like calls weren't being called the right way and things like that. But they kept everything in the stands. They might have said some things I can't repeat right now, but they kept everything in the stands. No one ran onto the court, but I can say, being around basketball all my life, things do get heated at basketball games, especially at the younger games. I've seen that more often than not. When the younger kids play, parents really get heated. Now, I'm not sure it's because everybody thinks that their son or daughter is going to be the next LeBron James or Caitlin Clark. Not sure what it is, but things do tend to get heated at the younger games. So again, my common sense approach is we need more security at these games. Off-duty cops. You have a lot of cops, a lot of policemen, who would not mind making that money off duty. So hire off-duty cops. More presence there, more security there would hopefully deter people from running onto the court. Hopefully deter these parents from doing some of these heinous things. Like, you have to think about it. A parent running onto a court, to confront a referee is one thing. A parent run onto a court to confront a child, to push down a child is insane. Like something has to be done about this. So if they know that, hey, if I even walk anywhere near this court, I'm going straight to jail. Maybe that will be the deterrent that they need to keep them from doing something just so ignorant and so out of place. So definitely more security at the games is one approach I would use. Another thing, meeting with parents preseason. You need to have these meeting with these parents preseason so you can just go ahead and not nip this in the bud at the beginning before the year even starts. Have a meeting and let them know, look, we are here for the kids. This is a development league. This is not the NBA, college, middle school, or even high school. This is about developing the kids, developing their skills so that when they do get to higher levels, they can perform at perform at that level and maybe reach college or professional level. But for now, it's about teaching the basics and getting their skills developed. So not only would I have these preseason meetings though, I will have contracts. Let's just bring the contracts out. Let's have parents sign contracts. Let them know that if you do anything that could put a stain on this league or embarrass yourself for the players, you're not going to be welcome back. You can give them maybe one chance, have 3 strike system. I don't think parents need 3 strikes because they're going to abuse that, but definitely have something in place where, look, you didn't sign this contract, so you knew the parameters of the agreement before the season even started, just to make them accountable. So definitely, those will be a couple of things that I would implement so that you won't have these problems. Or if you do have these problems, they already know you can't come back. You can't come back. You're making the game more about you as a parent when it should be about the kids, third and fourth grade. It should be about them. So those are some things that I would definitely implement when it comes there. Like I said, again, parents have to take accountability and just don't cross that line. And lastly, it's going to be a team effort. It's going to take the coaches, the referees, the fans, and all the family members to come together to make this possible. Now on to more theory-based decision making. I chose consequentialism. I think consequentialism is the best resort when it comes to this more theory-based decision making. And this contends that the consequences of one's actions are the primary element in determining the right action to take in a given situation. The reason why I chose this is because before that parent goes out on that court, the first instigator, he knew that confronting a child in any manner, but especially in a manner that he did aggressively, was the wrong thing to do. And that there are consequences to those actions. So he knew when he got out those stands and walked on that court that it was potential for something bad to happen. It was potential for him to get in trouble. So he knew that already. So that's why I said consequences. Okay. Actions have consequences. So the main instigator, I believe, that parent who began all this chaos, began everything, that person should be criminally charged. Definitely should be criminally charged for assaulting a minor. That's what he did. We have to just say what it was, call a spade, as they say. He went on the court, he assaulted a third or fourth grader. That's what he did. Grown adult. I mean, of course, something happened after that because of what he did, how he initiated, how he instigated this entire melee. So, yes, something should happen to them. Also, strict punishment must be handed down to ensure that this won't happen again. So, yes, 17 people arrested. It should be punishment. Those people should probably be banned from the rec league from coming back. They should be banned. There should be consequence to doing all our melee at a third and fourth grade basketball game. We can't let this continue to happen. Right? When you watch videos on YouTube or on other places of basketball, you should be watching the kids play. We should be looking for that next Michael or the next LeBron or Magic. We should be looking for the next crazy parent who's trying to throw punches at a game, who's pushing out kids. That's not what we're looking for, okay? So strict punishment for the people who injured other people in this brawl, who started this, who was a part of this melee. And also, adults should just understand on its face that their actions come with consequences. You're an adult. You should understand that you come on the court, you do something like this, it's going to come with consequences. It is. It's going to come with consequences. You are going to have to own it. You're going to have to be accountable for your actions. You're going to have to be accountable for your acts. So that is why I chose consequentialism for my moral theory based decision making. Again, the league and the officials and the law enforcement do have some tough decisions to make, but those are just some that's some of my advice, some things that I would do to ensure that this doesn't happen again. Again, my name is Alfred Parker, and I really appreciate you listening to me. Thank you.